All right, Dex, what's going on over here, man? Tell me the story about this guy.
Oh, Matt, we supposed to start at 12:30. It's what, 1:40? He just walked in, so I'm done.
All right. So you get the chance to work with the champ, and you show up over an hour and 10 minutes late, Mac Truck.
Yeah, I was late, but a lot of times he's normally late.
I know, but he's the champ, though.
Hey, listen.
No, all these dudes who claim they like to train hard. Mike Rashid called me and said, "Big bro."
Hey, I just talked to him.
He said, "Big bro, I'm on the way. I'm training with you today." This was a couple weeks ago.
He didn't make it.
He ain't come. He didn't even show up.
All right. Well,
At least I showed up, though.
Oh, you're here now.
Matt showed up after the workout. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
I give him that, though.
All right. Good
I
to
was
see
like,
you.
they're scared to train with you, old man. I gotta kill him in here, y'all.
All right,
My job is moral support.
Oh, I gotcha. All right. Good to have you guys. All right, Dayman Max 6, we are back at the Mecca, and I'm here with the Blade. And what are you doing?
Oh, my bad.
Social media.
Just making sure my grade is good,
I'm here with multi-Arnold Classic winner and 2008 Mr. Olympia, Dexter Jackson. Very honored to have you on the show. I know you don't do a lot of interview, Dex, so it means a lot to me. Thank you for coming on Muscle Beach TV.
Well, I'm only doing it because of Cutler, bro. That's my boy, so, I got to hook him up.
Yeah, I told you he's asking about you every day, man. How's Dexter doing? Is he training hard? Every day, man, I'm getting it. He's keeping tabs on you through me.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
So, Dex, we have a lot to talk about, man. This year seems to be a very big year for you. You're competing in just about 8 weeks at the Tampa Pro. And if you win that show, which most people think you will, that will be your 30th win, the most win ever in history in the IFBB Pro League.
Well, it'll only be 29. I got 28, and that's the most ever.
Oh, I thought it was 30. For some reason, I was like, this is number 30. Okay.
I broke Ronnie. Ronnie was 26. I broke Ronnie's, and I got 28 now. So,
all right. So that
I'm just going for 30. 30 is mine.
Okay.
Is what I want to, the number I want to reach before I retire.
That's what I had in my head. That number 30 seems very, very prominent. So okay, this is what. So is that why you're doing Tampa? Because Tampa, it's a good show, but it's not like the biggest show. When someone like you who has won the Arnold Classic multiple times, different countries, the Olympia, this is, I don't want to say it's a small show, but it's not the Arnold.
Well, there was two reasons why I wanted to do Tampa. One of the reasons was I wanted to test myself. See, I'm back working with Charles again, and I wanted to see how my physique fare, if we can get back to, bringing my legs back up to size, and and getting back to the old Dexter. You know what I'm saying? That's happened so far, but we just gotta, I'm older now, so we gotta know you gotta know how to manipulate shit in order to bring the best package in. If you start doing stuff before, and it's hard for me to explain because I'm the only one that's have been able to do this, and you just gotta keep making the proper adjustments and hope you land it on that day of the show. You know what I'm saying? So. Let's just say the main thing, the first thing was to make sure that we can come back, do well at Tampa, win Tampa, and then I can be one of the top guys going into the Olympia. So that was the first thing. And the second thing was I wanted to actually get, I need to get 30 wins, like we just said. Yep. I'm at 28, so this can possibly be 29 for me. And then I have one more after that, which would be
the Olympia.
The Olympia. So.
I don't know if you heard recently. I know you don't watch a lot of things on bodybuilding channels and all that stuff, but Phil, he was actually recently on MD, their podcast they have on Mondays, right. And they were. Oh, have you heard about it?
Yeah.
So you have heard about it?
Somebody sent the video to me.
What do you think about that? What do you have to say?
I think it was awesome because Phil knows me. He knows how hungry he knows how hungry I am. He sees me. He knows the door's wide open. When he got ready to get his chance, even when he predicted at the press conference, the only person that he was worried about was me. That's when I placed second, and I should have beat him in that show in 2015 Olympia. So he knows me, just like Jay. I saw Jay here the other day. He was like, man, I feel that it's wide open this year. I can't believe you're still doing Tampa. I'm like, well, Joe, you forgotten because I not only get, I not only can bring a great package in at both shows. Hell, I've done 4 shows back to back and brought great packages in.
That's right.
But I get better every show.
That's right.
So
Which is really hard to do.
absolutely. So you just got to know how to peak, what time to peak, how to come off of the diet, fill back out again, and peak again. That's what it's all about. And last year, I didn't. I always said if I didn't make the top 6, then I would probably retire. But the reason that I came back is because, like I said, I got back with Charles, and also George wasn't at the Olympia, so we wasn't 100% at the Olympia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So George is 100% now. He's cancer free, so he will be right there at the Olympia to make sure I'm dialed in 100%. So.
But how did you feel about the Olympia last year? How did you feel going into it? Because I remember prior, you were already confident, and I saw you at the beginning of your prep. You were big as a house. So I would say last year, I didn't know what was going to happen. So I was actually a shock for me to see that you were not in the top 5.
Well, to be honest, I feel I still should have made the top 5.
Yeah.
Ramy was, he was
Yeah.
way off. He was 5 weeks out still, something like that. It looked like, but. But I'm not here to bitch and gripe about anything. I play 7, so look, let's try this again.
Yeah.
Just, give it one more chance, give it all I got. Back with Charles again, we can see if we can bring that same. If I can't get the shit right this time, then I'm retired for real. It's gonna be over.
You know what happens usually? Every time you say, if this doesn't work, I'm retiring, you start winning again.
Absolutely.
And then you go on for another 5-6 years.
That's what I'm saying. So just like I said, coming into this show, going into Tampa, and even before Tampa, I said, you know what? I don't feel that my physique is up to par. Maybe I'll just try to win Tampa and then retire at the Olympia if I don't win Tampa, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm looking so great right now, pretty amazing right now, that things could change. I can win. I feel I can actually win Olympia if I come in with this package that I'm bringing right now. But we just gotta make sure we do things the right way and pray to God shit lands and everything stays like it is now. And I got a good shot of winning the show.
After all these years, do you still surprise yourself?
I still surprise myself, yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's not easy after all these years. How old were you when you first started competing?
I think I was about 22 years old.
22. As a bantamweight. We all know that.
Yeah, as a bantamweight, yeah.
And did you ever imagine when you first started competing that it would take you where it took you and that you become Mr. Olympia? Was that in the cards for you?
That was never in the cards. Being Mr. Olympia was not in the cards at all. Because I always was told the Olympia is a big man show.
Yeah.
Small guys wasn't winning the Olympia.
Yeah.
You had Sean Ray and all these guys trying to win. They could never win. So it was like the big guys is always the ones winning the show.
Yeah.
So the more symmetrical guys was winning the Arnold. So my goal was to win the Arnold Classic. That was my goal. So I won the Arnold 2005. Then I turned around and won it again 2006. I should have won. I failed in 2007, but Victor beat me. And then going into 2008, I ended up winning again. And as I looked at Jay was, he wasn't getting better each Olympia. He was actually, declining a little bit. And I said, you know what? After I won the Arnold in 2008, I said to myself, if Jay plays my game and try to come in shredded, I got a chance of winning this show. And he did exactly that. And he wasn't the full Jay Cutler like he normally is. And I ended up beating him. Because everybody know. I mean, I'm no. If Jay was 100%, I could not beat Jay. At its best, you know what I'm saying?
But
so
it's not easy.
They had it, right. So it had, so all the cards had to fall, which they did. Just like I feel the same way this year. There's no front runner that I feel.
Yeah.
Sean won, but I've beaten Sean way more times. He's beat me. All the guys that's ahead of me, I've beaten all these guys. Yeah. When I'm at my best, I can deal with any of these guys up there. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it is. I think people will still say to this day that Dexter's strength is that if you're off, he's gonna get you.
Absolutely.
He will be ready for you.
Right.
Because you're always in shape.
But even with these guys, I don't need nobody. They can be on. I still could beat these guys because I have in the past.
That's right.
Just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, there's no mass monster no more.
Absolutely. So there's no Phil Heath. There's no Ronnie. When you say when Ronnie's competing, if Ronnie's in shape, it's lights out. Nobody's beating him. Same thing with Phil. When Phil's in shape, nobody gonna beat Phil.
Yeah.
There's no guy here that you can say if he's in shape, he can be beaten.
Yeah.
Even a champion, he can be beat.
Yeah.
You know, not to take nothing away from Sean, but he's beatable. I've beaten him, you know, like 15-5.
Yeah.
That's my record against him, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
You get the stats.
no, I don't have the stats, but it's something like that. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's very beatable. Nothing. I got to take nothing against none of these guys. All these guys got great physiques, but I'm just saying, as a competitor, and my physique matched up against them, I've beaten these guys a lot of times. And me at my best, I can deal with any of these guys. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to brag about nothing or nothing like that. I'm just saying, you know, I'm very hard to beat too at my best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. But let me ask you questions. You've been doing this since you're 22 years old. You're going to turn 50 shortly after the Olympia, right?
Yes.
And so, have you ever taken any break at any point throughout your entire career? So I don't really know what's going on, because you train in Venice when you get ready for shows for the hour and the Olympia. Then you go back home. So do you chill for a while? Do you stop training? Do you take a break? Or what do you do to kind of just make sure that your body can actually handle this for so long and still be healthy and still look the way you do?
Well, you know what? Main thing is that I've always practiced is making sure that I get my blood work done and make sure my blood work and my organs and all that stuff is 100% up to par.
Nice.
That's what I've always done my whole career.
Wow.
Taking breaks after shows, I've always done that, you know.
But you're never out of shape.
I know.
That's why I'm asking.
I know, but that's just my genetics is what I'm saying. So, and what I mean by, you know, taking time off is, like, say for instance, it depends on the show. If I'm doing the Arnold, and you know the Arnold, which is in March, then I can't take a long break.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing just the Olympia, then I could take a longer break.
Yeah.
Like say for instance, I didn't do the Arnold this year.
Yep.
I took 3 months. Or I didn't go to the gym. I didn't look at the gym. 3 whole months I took off from the gym.
Really? What about diet? What about food? How much would you eat?
My food is still up. I have to keep my food up. If I don't, then I lose everything.
So maybe that's the key. So your diet is still on point. You just don't train so
Right.
hard, and yeah.
Absolutely. So one thing you got to realize is I'm very professional. So especially now that I'm older, I have to eat clean. When I was younger, I eat Burger King, McDonald's all day and still stay lean. But now that I've gotten older, I have to eat cleaner, which is my body can't handle all of that junk food no more anyway. You know, after a show, I eat like a day or two of everything, and then it's like, you know what? I'm tired of eating this shit. I'm going back onto my diet.
Yeah.
Go back on the diet. And so what I've learned to do now that keeps me content is I eat, say, for instance, I got 6 meals on off season.
Mm-hmm.
5 of those meals I eat clean, and then my 6th meal I eat what I want to eat.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So that keeps me from getting fat,
Yeah.
keep me looking good.
Yeah.
And it keeps me from wanting to binge out and eat whatever because I'm eating a cheat meal every day. Now, everybody can't do that.
Yeah.
Everybody can't eat a cheat meal every day and still stay lean, but that's just me and my genetics, and it works for me.
Yeah, well, it's obviously working. And I wanted to ask you, because I know, everybody's talking about Sean gets posing in Pittsburgh. Oh my God! But after he was small, he was fat, all this stuff. But after he spoke a little bit, and he said, "Listen, I want to do this for a long haul. I've been doing it since I'm 17 years old, and I want to make sure I stay healthy." And I'm like, you know what? The guy's got a point. So I wanted to ask you what you're doing, because obviously, I was hoping you'd do the same. But you look so good all the time. I didn't know if that was the case.
Well, and I do the same, but sometimes, like say for instance, when I got, like I just told you, I took 3 months off from the gym.
Yeah.
3 months is enough time for anybody to take off from doing anything.
That's a long time.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you do all day?
That's enough time for anybody. Now, the thing that I have against what Sean say,
Oh boy, fantasy guys.
the thing that I disapprove with what Sean did is, and this is just coming from me because I love the brother. That's my boy. He's Mr. Olympia now.
Yeah.
Things got to change. You can't go back to being, the big dude on the off season.
Yeah.
It's time to look like Mr. Olympia now.
Yeah.
If the show was over in September, you ain't start getting ready till April. That's 7 months.
Yeah.
Now you got to bust your ass off to get all the fat off. You got no time to grow. You're lucky to come in looking like you did last year because there's no time for you to grow now. 3 months off from the gym, that would have been plenty of time for him to do whatever he wanted to do, chill with the family, but still had another 3 months to pack on some size and then start your diet.
Yeah.
That's the way I would have done things. But Sean, that's him. He gonna do what he want to do.
Maybe he works better under pressure. I can't wait to actually talk to him to ask him that question. But some people, they work better under pressure, and when there's like, oh shit, there's no time left, that's when they do best. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's no time to grow. That's the only thing. And you might work better under pressure to get your ass down in shape and get in shape for the show. Yeah. But where's the growth? You got to be better than last year.
You should be.
You see what I'm saying? You should be better than last year.
Yeah. Was that always one of your goals? Because I gotta say, you remind me a lot of Sean Ray, which I'm a huge fan of Sean. Always have been for years. And Sean was always someone that never really showed huge amount of progress from year to year, but was nearly perfect. Which is your case also. Although the last couple of years, I say you've grown a lot compared to the years past, I feel. It's like the older you get, the more you're getting into your own and stuff. And I've been telling you, holy shit, how big are you? So what's your mind?
Where that comes from? That comes from eating clean on the off season, eating a lot of food, clean food on the off season. No more junk food. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting on lean quality muscle on the off season now versus eating junk
and build nothing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that was the big turning point.
That's the big turning point for me. That's what I've learned. And it sucks now. Don't get it twisted. It sucks like hell to have to diet the whole off season, and then you still got to diet for the show. You diet the whole fucking year.
Really?
It's hard.
Is it hard for you?
It's hard as hell. Listen, I can't wait till I retire and eat twice a day, or 3 times a day. This 6-7 times a day, man. That shit is for the birds, bro. Don't ask me how long. Don't ask me how I've been able to do this all this year. I don't know, brother.
So let's talk about retirement, Dex. Let's say you decide to retire. What are you going to do with your time, and what's your goal afterwards? After competitive bodybuilding's over, I'm sure you'll be involved with the shows and all that stuff. But what would you like to do ideally, and how do you picture your life once you retire?
Well, I got a few things that's in the works right now that I can't let out.
Okay.
So it's going to be
projects.
Like 3 good, big, huge projects that I'm looking forward to releasing to you guys soon. So you guys be on the lookout for that.
Nice.
And plus,
you can use us, to promote if you want.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you want, man.
Plus, I got my shows. I got 3 shows. Dexter Jackson Classics. Well, 2, and I'm getting ready to get another one. Dexter Jackson Classics that I do very well at, and that's pretty much it, man. So when I retire, that's gonna be my main focus.
Okay. What are you gonna look like? Are you gonna train still? Are you gonna eat still?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. I'm always gonna look good, baby. I'm never gonna. I'm not gonna be on swole all the time. I don't want to be like this size all the time. When I hang it up, I probably go down to, probably 220, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Good weight, still look great.
Nice.
So I want to be swole like this all the time.
Is that hard to always be this way?
Yeah, man, because I get tired of eating all this food, man. That's the main thing. Eating 2 cups of rice every meal, like 7 meals, that's a lot of. Man, it's tough, bro.
You sound like Jay. He said, I can't take the food, man.
Yeah.
Can't take the food. He said I would eat seven meals a day, and sometimes he would sit in front of his food for an hour looking at it, and it would take him an hour to eat it. I said, dude, an hour to eat it times 7, that's 7 hours a day. So that's a full-time job eating your food.
It take me 30, 35, 40 minutes to eat a damn meal.
You see?
Yeah, because I eat slow as hell. I eat slow as hell for one, and by the time I get to eating, then I only got 2 hours left, and I'm like, damn, I got to eat again in 2 hours. I'm like, I can't take a nap. I can't do shit.
Yeah,
so
you have no life.
You have no life, man. You got to stay around the house, because I like to eat my meals fresh, so I have to stay around the house or close to the house to make sure I cook my next meal. I like to cook meal per meal. I don't like that meal prep shit. Yeah. I don't have no companies cooking my meal. I tried all of that stuff, and they always getting it wrong. So I said, you know what? I'm just doing my damn self.
Plus, you know what you put in it. You know how it's. You know exactly what's.
Yeah, but that's the main thing with me is none of that matters when it comes to me. When it comes to my food, I salt all my food anyway, all the way up to the day of the show. So salt and oils, none of that shit matters to me. It don't hurt me at all. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, Dex, I'm very excited for you. Thank you for this interview. So 8 more weeks before the Tampa Pro. That will make number 29. And if you win the Olympia, that would make number 30. And I don't think you could have written a better career for any athletes in bodybuilding. And I know for sure that people are always going to remember you as one of the best ever to grace the stage. And your legacy is already established, so you have no worry about that. But I don't want to think like it looks like I'm talking like you're already gone, because I have a feeling that I'm going to be talking to you next year and the year after about the show coming up.
Well, I mean, like I said, if I can continue looking the way I look and stand this way all the way up to the show, then it's going to be some problems. So I'm very happy with where I'm at. I'm very happy training back with Charles, because he knows my body. He knows what I need to do to keep my legs and stuff like that full. And so far, so good, man.
But you've told me this year also, when you first came back to Venice and you first started training with Charles again, you told me, boy, Charles is really digging his bag of tricks, man. The trainings are not the same this year. They're like, he's really reaching to teach me new things. And, you told him, you got to push me this year. I really want, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's doing just that, man. Yeah. That dude is...
Oh, he's got so much knowledge.
He's got so much knowledge, man. He's by far the greatest trainer in this sport I've ever seen, man.
So, well, we're excited for you. We're excited for him. We're excited for you, team. George, we're glad you're okay, man. We can't wait to see you at the Olympia and watch this guy. So how many weeks are we from the Olympia now? So 8 from Tampa and...
Well, we're 7 this weekend from Tampa and 14. 7. So we're 13 from the Olympia tomorrow. Okay. Well, today, 13.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and 7 from Tampa.
I thought it was 8. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we was 8 this past weekend.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. One of the weeks I'm on Olympia. So, all right, you guys. Dave my Max 6 for Jake Athletic TV with the Blade 2008 Mr. Olympia. This is Muscle Beach TV, and we're out.
All right, guys.